I'm always there for my people, working around the clock to make sure that I, bring what is needed to my people in terms of legislation and other things that my people need, trying to be the aspirations of my people. And it's not something that you begin to try to do 1 month or 2 months of the election. It's something that I started on the day that I was declared the winner of the 2019 election to represent that district in the Senate. I started from day one. And so my people appreciate what I've been doing. They appreciated what I've been doing before the election, and they went in and voted for me. So it is this kind of thing that is needed, that needs to be done in all the central zones by all politicians. Do not begin to think of winning election maybe 2-3 days with the time of election, but be there for your people right from day one. Try to meet their aspirations. Where you are not meeting that aspiration for some reasons, explain to them. So I'm continue to work hard until the day of election. When you do that, certainly you'll be victorious, no matter the tsunami. No matter the tsunami. So this is what I always put in my mind, and that's what I did, and that's what I'll continue to do. Not only to my central zone, but to the entire country. I'll be there for the country. I'll work hard for the country to make sure that we take the country to the level that it deserves. By grace of God.
Okay, on the presidency of the 10th Senate,
yes,
that you have just told us of your aspiration, your party had said that at the appropriate time it will be zoned. Hope you are putting that into consideration. And secondly, one of a colleague of yours also declared his intention here yesterday. And part of his submission was that he will not want a situation where somebody of one religious faith is number one, number two, and then number three will be of that similar religious faith. But some other people are saying that what matters most is merit and ranking. And then going by your own record from the House of Rep, and then we saw how you have been doing since the time you came to the Senate. So how do you want to navigate the water?
Well, you see, the legislature is a distinct arm of government that works on, it doesn't work on sentiment. It works on your ability to do the job. Your ability to do the job. It is the principle, it is the tradition all over the world. So it's there in our rules. It's there in our rules that, and this rule is a product of the Constitution. Section 60 gives the latitude to the National Assembly to create means of regulating its procedure, including summoning summoning the houses of assembly, that is the Senate and the House of Reps, and then recess as well. And that gives us the reason why we have our standing rules. And it's clear in the standing rules that aspiration or election for the office of the Senate presidency shall be in accordance with ranking. And amongst those who are seeking to acquire that office as we speak, I have the highest ranking. So it's constitutional. Among those who are aspiring, who have shown their intentions, who are aspiring, I am the one that is most experienced. The issue is that of competence. It's competence. You need to be grounded in the procedure of legislation before you are able to be the president of the Senate. The rules and regulations on how we do our activities here, you need to be knowledgeable in them, you need to be grounded, and that's the tradition all over the world. And as you speak, I'm number one among those who have shown their intent to aspire. So do you now relegate competence for other sentiments? We can do that. If you remember, you remember there was a time that the Senate president was a Christian, that David Mark, the deputy was a Christian, Ekweremadu, and then the speaker, Patricia Ete, was also a Christian. Why? Because they were the most experienced at that time. They had the highest ranking. So that's the tradition. Do we now relegate competence, to the background? It's not possible. And when you go to the other sentiment, even as you know, you saw what happened in 2015 when President Barau was declared the winner of the presidential election. What happened? He tried to give attention to the areas that voted for him, where he had the highest votes. Of course, Northwest, he came from Northwest. Then, of course, Southwest, where Southwest had the vice president and also the speaker. Then Northeast, he wanted him alone to become the president of the Senate at that time. Why? Because he was the highest ranking senator at that time among those who wanted to be the Senate president. And then later he took SGF to that area in order to reward the fact that they voted for him. So here, if you are talking about such sentiments even, Northwest deserve to be given the Senate presidency because we gave the president the highest votes. And we want our president to go for second term after this election, after this one. We want him to go for second term because we saw what he did in Lagos, transformed Lagos to become an economic El Dorado. So we want it to replicate that here in Nigeria, replicate that for the entire country. And he was able to do that when he served 2 terms. So we want to give him more votes, more than what we gave him in the just concluded election in 2027. So you need to reward, performance. You need to reward performance. So that sentiment wouldn't fly. Bringing religious sentiment into it wouldn't fly. The legislature is an arm of government that needs to work very hard to check the executive. So when you bring this kind of sentiment into the activities of the legislature, you are not doing well for this arm of government. So we need to remove that sentiment. So both ways. If you think about the fact that I'm qualified, I'm more qualified than all, those. I am the best among those who have shown their intention. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let me see this opportunity because you are my brothers. Brothers in bid to bring prosperity to this country. Because of what you've done to me now, let me tell you what I need to do in the next few days. I want to start my campaign. I just want to tell you this. And I'm just telling you my intention because I know that you are patrons. You are people that are concerned about bringing prosperity to this country. And this is what I'm into. This is what I think of every day. So in this regard, I want to tell you that I intend to seek to be the president of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will, in a few days, or maybe in a week or 2 weeks' time, make formal declaration. But I want to tell you this is my intention. I intend to be the president of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the grace of God. God willing.